Hi guys, and welcome back to the shed. Today we're going to be doing some more work on the Honda Wave. If you watch the project series, you'll remember at the end of episode 3 we had a horrible grumbling noise from the bottom end. I did some investigation work and really couldn't find anything wrong with the bike at all, and I put it down to the amount of water that I found within the engine. However, when I leave the bike sitting for a while and start it back up, that noise comes back. Not as bad as it did, but it is there. So I think I figured out what's wrong with it. It has kind of like a hydraulic cam chain tensioner. Now we know that the cam chain isn't stretched, I tested that before, but I don't think the tensioner is working properly. The tensioner has, or should have, a bath of oil below the actual tensioner itself. Now that is the lowest part of the engine. I've got a feeling that it's full of water and it's actually jammed the tensioner up. So we're going to go in the engine and have a good investigation, but while I'm there I'm also going to replace everything. I'll show you what I've got. Okay, these are the parts we got. So we've got a brand new cam chain, stator gasket, rocker cover gasket and rocker cover bolts, gaskets, cam chain roller and middle cam chain roller, and some other little bits and pieces in there. Now this lot cost me about £45. I actually got quite lucky because the cam chain, this gasket, and I can't remember which roller it is, one of the rollers, I found a guy on eBay selling all three of them. He was listening for a Honda CRF 110, exactly the same engine, all the part numbers match. So hasn't added too much money to the total project cost. So I thought it's probably just the tensioner, and in one of these bags there's a little rubber tip which is probably worn out. It's in this one. It's probably worn out on the bike, and that's probably all it needs. But while we're in there and we've got the parts cheap, why not? Let's replace the whole lot. Okay, so I've stripped the bike down. I saved you all the boredom of watching me strip it down again, because even I get bored doing it. Right, first job, we're going to remove the rocker cover so we can see where the cam gear is, and then we'll time the engine up. Oh, I remember I stuck this on, didn't I? There you go. Okay, let's get this engine tightened up. It's actually not far off, to be honest. Next job is to undo. Wrong way. Oh. Yeah, wrong way. Oh, there you go. It's actually quite difficult with the camera right in front of me. That wasn't clever. Cam sprocket out. Okay, going to reposition you and we'll get the stator cover off. Right, let's get this stator cover off. I'm hoping I don't have to remove these plastics or anything else to get to what I need to get to. Yep, that's all them out. Okay, I'll reposition you again. Okay, so puller's on, done the puller up, pulls the magneto off so we can have a look together. Ooh dear. Yeah, still got more of this horrible oil in there. This is the hydraulic tensioner, which is actually, yeah, stuck. Yep, so that's the main problem there. Okay, let's get some of this cam gear out, shall we? We'll undo that one first. Losing all my tools now. be able to pull the chain through. Oh, everything's really tight on this bike. Let's take this top roller off. That's it. See, that's shot out. Maybe there isn't nothing wrong with it. I wonder. Let's pull the chain off. There we go. One chain, one roller. Actually, doesn't look like it's got any wear on it at all. Okay. The tensioner shot straight up once I took that off, so it's starting to think there's nothing wrong with the tensioner, but it wouldn't tension down. Okay, let's look at what I found. So this tensioner in here with the spring in the bottom should spring up and down in a bath of oil. It's got a one-way check valve in the bottom, and that's what keeps the cam chain taut. So yeah, up and down. Now what I found out, like I said, the check valve in the bottom of it, in here, which is a one-way valve, wasn't working correctly. It was full of gunk, so I've cleaned that out. And also, have a look at these two. So this is the mid roller, went out the bike, and that goes in here. If you put a new one up against it, you can clearly see how worn it is. It's really low. So I don't know if the cam chain was stretched. It didn't feel stretched, and the engine's only done 16,000 miles. I think where it's not been tensioned properly, it's really eaten into this rubber, and that would explain that black material that I found in the oil screen when I stripped the other side of the engine down and took the clutches out. So we're going to reassemble it, all new parts. Let's get cracking. Okay, so I've got the chain on and all the new components and the tensioner in. Now the problem is, if I pump the tensioner up, then I cannot get the cam sprocket in, so I need to find top dead centre. Also gives me a good opportunity to play with a new toy that I got the other week. Let's put this on. So what I've got down here, you can see it, is a bore scope. You can actually see, this is not easy to hold with one hand, the bore, which actually looks really, really good. So that's about top dead centre there. I'll quickly put the cut, that's actually a bit further around, it's about there. But the bore actually looks really, really good. Cam chain on, cam sprocket on, engine is timed. Now what we've got to do is feed this some oil. So actually, you see it's quite easy to push in. Have a look at that. Very easy, got no tension on it at all. So we need to fill that with oil. That's it, starting to get a lot harder to push. And eventually, it will push on the chain. That's it. Starting to get harder. Bit more oil. That's it, and it won't compress, that's perfect. Okay, let's get this all back together, fill it with oil, and give it a try. Okay, so I've put the wave together, or far enough together so we can get it fired up. It's got some oil in it. Let's give it a try. Oh, well, that's a lot better. Like I said before, it sounded like it had a bag of spanners rolling around in there, but yeah. That's a lot better. So yeah, all I've got to do now is just put all of its clothes back on and then take it for a nice long test ride. I need to get at least 100 miles on it before I drop the oil again, because I'm still worried there's a little bit of moisture in that engine. Anyway, if you did enjoy it, give us a like, subscribe, comment, all advice is welcome, and I'll see you in the next one.